So, Paul, during all this change, are there some specific things that I should be doing to get on top of issues right now?
Sure, like some of my top tips on how best to navigate these uncertain times would be to start with the basics. So consider things like asking your landlord for a reduction in rent if you're personally renting, or even if you're renting a business premises, then quite often landlords are open to that if you've seen a fall in income. You could convert your home loan to interest only, or reduce your repayments to the minimum repayments if cash flow is tight. As a last resort, you could defer your loan repayments, but be careful in doing that, in that the bank will still charge you interest for that period, so you're effectively adding to your loan. You can also review your expenses. So Service New South Wales features a cost of living area on their website that helps you navigate more than 70 different rebates and savings that are offered by the New South Wales government, such as the family energy rebate, green slip price check comparison calculator. That's a tongue twister for you.
It is a tongue twister.
You can also review your phone, internet, or streaming services to make sure that you're getting the best deal there, or consider changing or reducing services. Some people also, if they're working from home, their employers have offered to pay for their internet service during this period, so that might be an opportunity there too if you haven't already asked your employer to help out there. And if you are experiencing severe financial hardship, you could consider accessing some of your superannuation, but we would really consider this as a last resort, and you should certainly seek advice before going down that path.
So, Paul, there's obviously a lot of government incentives out and about at the moment. We've got JobSeeker and JobKeeper. If you're a small business person, talk to us a little bit about JobKeeper, because I've been reading into it and it is a little bit confusing.
JobKeeper is causing a lot of confusion for a lot of small businesses at the moment, and the main reason for that is the government's really only literally in the last couple of days come out with the details on what's involved in being able to claim that, and it is quite an involved process. I think first and foremost, to qualify, you need to see a 30% reduction in your GST from this March quarter to the March quarter of 2019. And there are a number of other hurdles there that you need to make sure that you comply with to be able to qualify for this bonus. It is worthwhile though if you are able to qualify. So we recommend talking to your accountant or advisor to make sure you get good advice in making sure that you get the benefits of this JobKeeper payment.
Yes, because there's a lot of small businesses out there, but they may be incorporated and they may have lost income, but they may not have been paying themselves a wage, for example. Are you able to share some information around whether people are eligible for JobKeeper in that circumstance?
I know that business owners are able to, even if you're effectively own the business and you're an employee of the business as well, you're still able to access the JobKeeper benefits. So certainly, again, I think it's an area where if you're unsure, get advice and have a chat to your accountant or advisor to make sure you are not missing out on any benefits.
Yeah, I think the key thing, as you said, is to get advice, because there are lots of ifs, buts and maybes, and you really need to make sure that you are across the detail of that. But it's certainly a great benefit if you can access it. Paul, you've said a number of times that it's important to get advice, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. When you're dealing with the technicalities of things, you do need to get specialist advice. But something that worries a lot of people is, who do you trust? Who do you go to, and how do you know if you can trust them with your financial affairs?
Yeah, certainly many people during this period are feeling worried, afraid and confused, which is perfectly understandable, and they're looking to turn to somebody for advice, but wondering who they can trust. And having trust in the person providing you with that advice can go a long way to helping put your mind at ease. And when it comes to financial advice, trust is paramount. So the first thing we normally say to people is, to ask your friends and family for a referral. If they've already got a good relationship with an advisor, then that's a great start for you to develop some form of trust with them from the get-go. You need to know when you meet with your advisor that you're being heard, that you're being listened to, and that you're being understood. That you're talking to somebody who understands exactly what it is that you want to achieve, and perhaps the complexities that may be hindering you from achieving those things. And when paying for advice, the fee should be transparent and upfront. And it's a fee that's based on the value that you're seeking rather than how much you've got to invest or what your net worth is or what your income is. And first meeting generally shouldn't come with a fee, and it should represent an opportunity for you and your advisor to get to know each other and to determine if there's an opportunity for you to work together, and if obviously, even if you trust the advisor that you're looking to work with.
Yeah, so you should be seeking to have the first appointment free, and that's your opportunity to get to know your advisor and for your advisor to get to know you and to see if there's a rapport, and to basically understand whether you feel that this person is right for you.
Yeah, definitely. And it's a two-way street. Obviously, you want to feel comfortable with the advisor that you're working with, but the advisor also wants to make sure that they're in a position where they can add value and help you. So that they need to make sure that the relationship is going to work for them going forward as well, and that they can add value.